Hi guys, welcome to week 2 of The Artist Way. Um, I gotta get my thumbnail shot, you already know. Hello, my name is Elise Blasco. I'm a filmmaker and a photographer, and I also have no identity as an artist. This year has been about vulnerability for me, and having since set out on creating my personal magazine, shout out Elise Insider, it has also forced me to re-examine my relationship with myself. I'm gonna try and raw dog the me going through the chapter. So page 1, you're met with going sane, and the sentiment is that as you go through this book, you will feel like you're going sane and going crazy at the same time. And I would agree. So I've really committed myself to the book. I've committed to the everyday journal morning pages. It's the first thing I do when I wake up. It's turning me into a morning person. Number 2, I've committed to taking myself out on an artist date every week. I've done 3. And I have read and reread the material. And as you go through this book, it's meant to stir something up inside you. I've spent a lot of my days the last few years waking up feeling numb, feeling like nothing fucking matters, or just dissatisfied with myself, just overwhelmed. It's like when you press your ear up against a door or a wall to hear sound, but you can't hear it all the way. It just sounds muffled. That is how I've been feeling and experiencing the world around me emotionally. And when I'd wake up, I would have to just live with that feeling and get through my day. I'd have to fight with myself to feel that and still meet my goals, right? But since I've committed to this book and its tasks, I find that I'm waking up less numb. Like, I feel angry at myself and at others, and I feel sad, but I feel something. I'm not numb. And you know what? I'm gonna fucking take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Even though I've experienced an array of emotions because of this book in the short time I've read it, I'm happy with that. So I'm going sane by breaking the numbness, but I'm also going crazy because I'm feeling sad and angry. On page 44, it says, "The great creator has gifted us with creativity. Our gift back is our use of it." That sentence really resonates with me because it encourages my own thoughts on spirituality and God that I've had for years. In my mind, if God is the source of all creation, the ultimate creator, we as humans have this gift, and we are kidding ourselves and undermining ourselves by not exploring that creativity. I understand I'm born into a world where making money is important, finding shelter is important, but humans are so much more than that. We have everyone has their own imagination, their own desires, their own want to be a creator in their own sense. I feel like a lot of us do. And that's okay. I find it so imprisoning because I will get up and make that money. But at the end of the day, I feel like when you are an artist, that creativity, you need to respect it as its own entity. Like it is its own being that lives inside of you. It sounds like I'm talking about a fucking alien living inside of you. But yeah, I think creativity needs to be respected like it is its own thing. Cooperate. Throughout the chapter, we also touch on skepticism and how blocked creatives can find it hard to believe that God or whatever higher power you believe in can cooperate and give you opportunities to help expand, what it is that you're going for. I can attest to this. I personally still struggle with this. While I do have a relationship with a higher power, there have been a few times throughout the last year or so where I got the opportunity to be a producer or an assistant director, given more responsibility on a set on a film project, and I did not believe that I deserved it. I did not believe that I was ready, or I was just so scared that I was gonna mess it up. And all I really wanted to do was to do it justice, and I was so scared that, my lack of knowledge and skills is gonna fuck it over. But that doesn't matter. What point is that I showed up and gave it my best, right? It reminds me of this one scene in The Pursuit of Happiness where baby Jaden Smith is walking down the sidewalk with his dad, Will Smith, and he's explaining a story about a man that's drowning in the water, and a man on a boat comes by and asks to save him, and he says, "No, thank you. God will save me." And then a second boat comes by. He says, "No, thank you. God will save me." The man drowns, goes to heaven, and asks, "God, why didn't you save me?" And God says, "I sent you two big boats." And I think that is apparent in humans, not just artists. We have a tendency to self sabotage, maybe because we don't believe we deserve it, maybe because we don't. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. Maybe it's because we don't believe we deserve it, or maybe we're just so used to being in pain and that's all we know. But in my situation, I feel like God sends me the boat, I get on, but I'm like skeptical of the boat. This is just me fucking rambling. I probably sound like a crazy spiritual woo woo girl right now. I don't fucking know. At the end of chapter 2, it goes over Severin. Severin is not a number. It goes over 7 different tasks. It asks you to list 20 different things that you enjoy doing. My 20 things are pretty boring. I just said that I like to paint. I like to read magazines and books. I like to go shopping for home decor. I like to go to museums. Like, I'm kind of a boring person, like low key. Um, and then it also asks you to add more lives onto your list of imaginary lives. So if you weren't who you are right now, like what else would you do or be? And I had put down that I'd be a lawyer because I like to argue, low key. I find it very interesting, like the amount of research and cross examination and corroboration and reasoning that goes into lawsuits. I think I'm very deeply influenced by how much true crime podcasts that I watch. I want to be a flight attendant. I like planes. I like going on them, but they are kind of cramped. What else would I be? I think I wrote down that I'd be an internet personality. Like, me making YouTube videos is the source of me becoming a filmmaker. When I was a little girl, I would spend hours and hours and hours recording videos, editing them, and like posting them on YouTube in 5th grade, as well as like writing short stories and like painting. Like, that's what I used to do as a kid. That was what I would do in my free time. And I remember I would like lock my door, and on the outside of it, I would put a piece of paper that says, "Do not disturb, I'm filming." And then it goes over a check-in. There's like a little check-in list, like how do you feel at the end of this chapter? Have you done your artist dates? Now, I have gone on 3 artist dates, and I went and took myself to the Orange County Museum of Arts in Costa Mesa, and I actually had a really good time. I was by myself, but I was very content. And something about me is I actually like when a stranger will talk to me. I was upstairs looking at these paintings by John Searle, and there was an older man there. And we both happened to go downstairs to get coffee from like the small little coffee shop, I guess, cafe. He had asked me like, "Oh, like, what did you like the most about the museum?" And I said the John Searle paintings. And he was talking about his daughter and how she's 18 and working at a coffee shop. And I was like, "Oh, I did that when I was her age." And I asked him what art he's into, and he's into fashion. And I said to him, like, have you ever thought about designing something? He said yes, but he was kind of hesitant, and I said you should. And then I talked about this book. I was like, get this book. This book encourages blocked artists and people who feel hesitancy like you to explore themselves. And the barista was overhearing this conversation. She was like, oh, like that book is having a resurgence. And I said, it is. And he even like went to the lengths of like Googling on his phone. And I've noticed that every time I talk about this book to other creatives, they immediately feel inclined to give it a try. Looking back on the 3-4 weeks I've had the book, which is very short, combined with really engaging with the text, committing to the morning pages, it's turned me into a morning person actually. I wake up around 7 a.m., 6 a.m. And I'm not a morning person. I do not like waking up early unless I have work or unless I need to get onto a set. But I've just naturally been waking up early to do my morning pages. I have a space for my 1 million open tabs in my head. I've committed to taking myself out on artist dates and doing the reflective prompts, and it's really helping me break through little by little. The last 2 nights, I've come up with 2 new pages for the magazine that I didn't even know was in me. The pages aren't even like that crazy themselves. They're not groundbreaking, but I like them. And those pages that I made recently make me want to stop and look at my own work. A kind of messy, free organic talk on week 2. I will see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye now.